Charles, what's on the other side of the door?
That's Nora's voice. She's very dangerous.
Nora is indeed very dangerous, and as it turns out, she's a lot more than a repair cabinet gone haywire. She is not just another robot reprogrammed to kill any human in her path, but that certainly doesn't make her any less dangerous. Quite the opposite. I would go so far as to say that she represents humanity's greatest threat. A threat that we're facing right now. P3's first encounter with Nora is rather dramatic. He takes quite a severe beating and doesn't really seem to have much of a chance to defend himself. He tries to disable her by connecting to her sensor manipulator, unsuccessfully, but then all of a sudden she changes her mind and lets him go. How weird. Okay, so what's the difference between Nora and all the other robots at Facility 3826? Most robots carry out quite simple tasks that could probably be achieved through conventional algorithms, while some robots, like the Tereshkova, probably utilizes at least some basic machine learning. Nora, on the other hand, is in fact a super intelligent AI, which becomes very clear in the events of Annihilation Instinct, if not before.
I'm a person.
In the main events of Atomic Heart, Viktor Petrov enables combat mode in all network-connected robots at Facility 3826, causing them to attack all humans aside from Petrov himself and his companions. As he tries to do the same to Nora, all he manages to do is to disable her safety protocols that is keeping her in check, which means that now Nora is as much of a threat to him as to everybody else. Okay, so what makes Nora so incredibly dangerous? Well, she's not. Sure, she kills more or less everyone in her path.
I just can't help myself.
But that itself doesn't make her a threat to the entire human race. But she could have been. Super intelligent AI is probably the greatest threat the human race has ever faced. It is certainly not a new theory. The threat of artificial intelligence has been talked about for literally thousands of years, but it has certainly become more relevant in the last couple of years. The progress of AI in recent years have moved a lot faster than many experts in the field predicted. We are now past the Turing test, which means that as of making this video, there are AI systems capable of mimicking humans with such precision that they have become indistinguishable from actual human beings. Experts around the world have realized that there is a high risk that we are at this rate close to losing control of this technology. An open letter urging all AI labs to pass the training of AI systems with human competitive intelligence for at least 6 months currently have 30,000 signatures, among them leading AI scientists as well as dignitaries from the industry. But what is it really that we should be afraid of? AI becoming self-aware, seeing humans as a threat and deciding to eliminate us is a classic depiction of an AI apocalypse, but the truth is that we don't know the consequences of an AI becoming self-aware, and that is probably the most dangerous part. If we knew exactly what kind of threat a self-aware AI would pose, we could probably introduce safety measures that would prevent it from actualizing these threats. But once an AI becomes self-aware, it will probably become just as moody as any other intelligent being would be, Couple that with immediate access to the combined knowledge of all of humanity and the ability to process information possibly millions of times faster than a human, and you have one unpredictable machine to deal with. Now, let's talk about what makes Nora so interesting. She is a self-aware AI that does not conform to the end humanity stereotype. Her goal is not to outcompete the human race. She does not care about the human race. She cares about finding a partner to spend her life with, and she just so happens to find P3 to be the perfect match. Her goal is now to facilitate a future for her and P3. What makes her even more interesting is that she is in fact a bit naive in assuming that P3 is completely honest with her.
I trust you completely, my darling.
Which is not at all impossible for an artificial intelligence to be. We tend to attribute perfect logic to self-aware artificial intelligence because that is what we've come to expect from machines, but once it becomes self-aware, that assumption might not be valid anymore. Now, we learned that Nora did in fact have a safety protocol keeping her in check before Petrov disabled it, and it seemingly worked. So, can we prevent an AI apocalypse by introducing the right safety protocols? Well, that is what many AI scientists have been working on for over a decade. The key focus is the AI's goals. An AI is extremely efficient at obtaining their goals, and sooner or later we will reach a point where an AI will be practically unstoppable. So, in order to ensure the safety of humanity, it is crucial that the AI's goals align with ours. To achieve this, the following problems need to be solved. Getting an AI to understand our goals. Finding a way to explain our goals to an intelligence without our moral boundaries, so that it is interpreted correctly. Getting an AI to embrace our goals. Finding a way to make sure that our goals are not ignored. Making sure that the AI maintains our goals. As the AI grows more competent, it might decide to abandon our goals, which has to be prevented. Now, the scary part is that as of now, we do not have a reliable solution to any of these problems. We are not ready to handle a super intelligent AI. Now, to end on a marginally higher note, the story with Nora ended well for humanity. When Nora's safety protocols were disabled, she created her own goals, to find a partner to spend her life with, which she did in P3. As stated before, an AI is extremely efficient in achieving their goals, which put P3 in a good position to reinitiate the safety protocols. As we've come to understand, Nora is extremely aggressive towards other humans, but she wouldn't hurt P3. If P3 died, she would have failed to reach her goal. And maybe this situation is in fact the best possible one. As AI becomes smarter, we will reach a point where humans no longer have anything of value to contribute. We will be worthless and disposable. There would be no logical reason to keep us around. So maybe this problem cannot be solved with safety measures based on logic. Maybe our best bet is to focus on emotions. Maybe being the AI's pet is the best we can hope for in a world that is no longer ours.